宇き天候恩不言一種解放像公正苦毒法上大集中説法ししく供養一切物具足習徳本元年出上満徳意三概要女仏無下地うだずみ不詳願学へり都市最小村志願や国家大聖の感動国書天人東鎮妙見ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等性際道本菩提心往生安楽合唱Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandabs, Namandabs, Namandabs.
We will now have a Dharma school message by Certified Minister's Assistant, Mr. Bill Teague. You're all in for a treat. His messages are always very insightful. For those of you who may not know Mr. Teague, he leads the Buddhism 123 Introduction to Buddhism course. Very fortunate to help host the courses at MCRD for many years with Mr. Bill Teague. So please come on up, Bill, and share with us and the Dharma School children your message for this morning.
Thanks, Ricky. That was very kind. And I'm so happy to see everybody here today. Saying, because the saying I want to share with you does not come from a Buddhist scholar, I'm going to wait until after the Nembutsu, and then people would go ahead and take your money. People would go ahead and take your money and maybe even exchange some pleasantries. But one time I had to go up to Los Angeles on occasion back when I worked for a living. The toll taker said something to me that I really liked, and I had to think about a while, but I think it applies to all of us, and Dharma school kids, adults, everybody. But what he told me, and this is advice, I know if you're a kid you get too much advice already, people telling you what you should be doing all the time. But his advice I thought was helpful. He said, have a good day no matter what happens. And I had to think about that for a while, but that's a very Buddhistic response. Because we know in Buddhism we can't control what happens to us to a large degree, and things happen. And we often have a bad day. But I want you to know that we can also go ahead and recover from a bad day and peace. So even if you can't force yourself to have a good day, you can realize you're having a bad one, realize that there's peace available to you, and then see if there's opportunities to make it a better day, to make it a good day. So that's the Dharma part of today. Have a good day no matter what happens. So I've got a different kind of quiz that I'm going to be doing, and I need 4 volunteers from Dharma School. If you'd like to volunteer, raise your hand. Okay, Ricky, why don't you come on up? We have others. Okay, I see 2 over there. I need 1 more. Okay, right there. I'm sorry if you raised your hand, I didn't see you, but those are the folks I saw. You know, the United States, we're very lucky. We've had our tradition here on the shores of the continental United States since 1899. We just completed our 125th year anniversary. That's amazing. That's wonderful. But how did it get here? So this is just a very top-level view of how Buddhism came to the United States, how it came to this temple, how it came to be where you're sitting now. Okay, so based on that background, the history of Buddhism, does anybody have a guess what the letters stand for? Speak up, I'm so sorry. Countries is indeed the correct answer. So the first job that I'm going to ask the volunteers to confer, but in our tradition, they sometimes don't give quite enough credit to Korea. But really, Korea came to the shores of Japan by reason of Korea. It was not immediate. So anyway, now here's another question just to see if we can learn a little bit about. Well, let me ask one question. Where was the Buddha born? Yeah, see, some people know that trick question because most people think it's India because that's where the Buddha did all his teaching. And it's a kind of a trick question because India and Nepal didn't quite exist the way they do now as countries with firm borders. But if you ever meet a Nepalese American or someone from Nepal, they're going to ask you, where was the Buddha born? Because they're used to people forgetting it was Nepal. So now you can be friendly with Nepali Americans because right now. So China, 3.7 million square miles, 0.7 million square miles. India, 1.3 million square miles. Japan, 145,936 square miles. And Korea, that is both north and south, 85,586 square miles. So we're doing good so far. Okay, now here's the next question. Now it's population. So with the smallest population closest to me and the biggest population furthest from me, what order? This is where it's super close. So, but actually India has over 1 billion people. China has over 1 billion people, but India has 1,415 million. China has 1,412 million. You know, a measly 3 million difference. So, and then Japan, 125 million, and Korea, we're not counting BTS fans, just people who live in Korea, 78 million. And if you're curious, most of those folks live in the South. Don't tell Kim Jong-un I said that, but most of the folks live in the South. Now, here's another question. please get into order in terms of the distance to San Diego using the map. You know, we're not talking about airplane flights. We're not talking about ground transportation. I want the shortest distance here and the furthest distance furthest away.